Hi, this is Maureen McKenzie. I'm presenting my visual art piece called Disconnectedness and Reflexive Inquiry. This piece of mixed media art uses reflexive processes to critically examine a time in my professional experience where I felt disconnected. Reflexivity as a critical methodology is based on self-awareness and ongoing review of our experiences. It dives deep into exploring what is or could be taken for granted and challenges the norms, ideologies, and assumptions that influence professional practice. Cunliffe, 2020. I am using reflexive inquiry as an approach to fostering critical consciousness, whereby examining our own history helps to identify why we look at the world the way we do. Markham, 2017. This piece is a result of a process. First, I created an identity map, as featured by Mernick 2021. See Figure 1 in my attached curation. Looking at my own intersectionality and my own social identities, the next step I took was to write about the apex moment of disconnectedness I experienced as a new teacher in a school located in a very prosperous socioeconomic area. Being the lone female in an all-male science department didn't raise any red flags when I first entered the department, but as the semester went on, I felt like I was on the outside of a close group. One day during a department meeting, I was trying to offer my opinion on a topic that I can no longer remember, but I was hushed and spoken over by another in the department. This is not the first time that's happened. And on the inside, a wave of embarrassment washed over me, and my heart felt unjustness and futility in that moment. On the inside, I wanted to express how uncomfortable I was in this department and in the school, but in my head told me to stay silent, as I was only on a term position and needed a good reference from an aging department head that was really oblivious to my situation. The last approach I used when creating this piece was to create a rough draft. See Figure 2 in the attached curation of what I hope to become a representation of the disconnect between my heart and my head. After I dove into my final piece by drawing in charcoal pencil a skull and an anatomically correct heart, as a biology teacher, biological art has always been of interest to me, and my heart and my head have often been at odds with each other. Using a skull profile rather than a head also removes gender from the equation of equity. The four different colored empty speech bubbles have a twofold meaning. The four colored quadrants are based on the emotional energy matrix that represent the balance between high and low and negative and positive energy. The red zone represents high but negative energy. The orange represents low and negative energy and is called the burnout zone. The blue represents low positive energy, and the green represents high positive energy. I placed the skull in the green performance zone to represent where my head was located, and placed the heart in the orange burnout zone where I felt it was located. The fact that the speech bubbles are empty is used to illustrate all the things I didn't say in the moment of disconnectedness. The paper flowers I made and glued between the head and the heart represent my thoughts, both positive and negative, that flow between them. I wanted them to display some movement. That's why they're not uniformly facing one direction. And also I wanted them to fill the space between the two binaries of head and heart. As Davidson states, 2023, page 1, in regards to using artistic expression as a reflexive strategy, quote unquote, interpretation is not the final analysis. Rather, it aims to engage in ongoing dialogue with the story. This is where my curation and explanation stop, but this is not the end of my story. Thank you very much.